A hallmark of an all-university commencement is the keynote address by a person of great distinction. And just such a person is with us tonight, Mr. John Olajide, a UT Dallas alumnus who embodies what was said in the video earlier. Because of who we are, we will always shoot for the stars. At a young age, John picked up a love of computers and technology, skills that he put to excellent use in building his healthcare business, Axxess. Growing up in Nigeria, he proved to be a top student and with great entrepreneurial instincts. And thanks to guidance of a family friend, he pursued an education in Texas at the greatest university for a young man with his talent, UT Dallas. And while still an engineering student, John worked in healthcare. He graduated in 2004 and formed his company in 2007. Axxess is now the leading healthcare technology company in North America, serving more than 3 million patients worldwide. In addition to the many ways in which his company supports programs throughout Dallas, John personally devotes many hours in service. He has previously chaired the Dallas Regional Chamber and is currently a member of our executive board and co-chairs the university's comprehensive New Dimensions campaign. In 2016, he established an opportunity fund to benefit the National Society of Black Engineers at UT Dallas. As we assembled earlier, we presented John with some special accessories for his regalia that are unique to his personal story. A stole representing his native land of Nigeria, and a stole of gratitude in UT Dallas orange that features a personalized patch created in the project workshop of the Mechanical Engineering Department. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to welcome to the podium my friend and distinguished alumnus, John Olajide.
Whoa, it is great to be home. I know you think that was good, but we can do that again. It is great to be home. Dr. Benson, Provost Musselman, distinguished friends, I am deeply humbled and honored to have this opportunity to speak to this year's graduates, their families, and friends. This is a very emotional moment for me. As a proud alum, it is especially an honor because this is UTD's first combined all-university commencement, rather than having separate ceremonies in the various schools. My wife and children are here in the audience. I feel tremendously blessed to share the special moment with my family and my friends. Thank you. I am also very glad that I graduated from UTD when I did, because I've heard it's a lot harder to get accepted now with incredibly high SAT scores. You know, about a year ago, I led a discussion among our leaders at Axxess, just our global leaders around the world, to encourage all of us to dream about what is possible for our company and examine our individual purpose in our lives. I'll tell you what my purpose is. I know that my purpose in life is to serve others. And I suspect that many of you share a similar purpose as well, and that right now you're giving a lot of thought to what is possible. It can be daunting to consider, especially as a young person stepping into life outside of school. And it wasn't so long ago that I was graduating from this great university, less than 2 decades ago, 2004 to be precise. I remember it was a time of great pride in my accomplishment, but also a great time of a lot of uncertainty as I prepared to launch myself into the world and use my talents to make the world a better place. I didn't exactly know what that was going to be like, but I knew one thing for sure. I knew I wanted to have a positive impact in the world, and I knew that I couldn't do it on my own. And I'm sure you've all heard the saying that it takes a village, and it's true. We need community, and mutual support. You cannot do it on your own. You need help, a lot of help. We have to show up for others and know that they'll do the same for us when we need them. So my message for you today is rather simple. I've observed that if we move intentionally toward our goals and dreams and have patience, we can go very, very far. The most important thing that I hope you take away today is the understanding that no matter what you seek to do, anything, I said anything at all, is possible. Anything is possible. And I'm sure you've heard that whatever your mind can conceive of, and you believe that, and work hard toward that, you can achieve it. To give you context for why I say that, it may be helpful for you to know some of my personal background. I am the third of 5 boys. And when I was growing up, our family lived in Lagos, Nigeria. As graduates of an outstanding university, you may also be interested to know that neither of my parents had more than a 6th grade formal education. None of them. My parents may not have had a formal education, but I'll tell you, my parents were very, very smart, and they taught us the value of good quality education. They worked in retail and as distributors for Unilever. It's the British-Dutch consumer goods company, and sold goods to local retailers from their warehouses. While I was having fun playing soccer with my friends, my parents were also teaching us about business and the power of rebates and discounts. I was blessed, incredibly blessed, to have been born to a mother and father who were business savvy and cared enough to share their knowledge with us. During those years, as Dr. Benson mentioned, I picked up a love of computing and technology. I was the type to want to learn everything, and that continues to this day. I'm interested in a lot of things. I read a lot of things. When I was in school, I learned about computers and technology, and I remember thinking about all the possibilities that they could provide. I came to the United States, and I earned a degree in telecommunications engineering from the greatest university in the world. Excuse me? The greatest university in the world. It was perfect timing because this area at the time was the telecom capital of the world, with great companies like Texas Instruments, Ericsson, Alcatel, TI, just great companies and many others. And of course, there was the internet boom as well at that time. There was so much going on in tech. UT Dallas is a great school, and it was the perfect place for me to expand beyond what I already knew. So a family friend was the director of nursing for a local home healthcare organization, and I asked if I could help with some IT work. I ask a lot of questions. It's just my nature. I started asking questions and very quickly noticed that the business and the entire industry, candidly, were underserved from a technology perspective. So I started my own company, Axxess, as a consulting company out of a 2-bedroom apartment not far from here. I slept in 1 bedroom, and the rest of the apartment was our corporate offices, our corporate headquarters. As I continued to engage with clients, I could see an opportunity arising because the organizations wanted to focus on quality patient care. And I was thinking, how can I help them? My thinking became clear. I wanted to empower them with technology to make their lives easier. I saw that I could help solve a challenge for caregivers, and I saw something else. I saw that the entire healthcare industry needed a change. Things could be done a lot better. As healthcare costs continue to rise, payers are looking for ways to reduce spending and provide quality healthcare at home. And treatment at home is often cost-effective while being more comfortable for the patient. It's what patients want. So I'll tell you this. Healthcare at home increases access to quality healthcare services for people all over the world in a cost-effective manner, and it's what people want. And for this reason, I have no doubt at all, no doubt, that the future of healthcare is in the home. I share this story because I was fortunate to recognize an opportunity that I could use my skills to address. And I want to challenge you today to look for opportunities that can benefit others from your own unique gifts. We all have opportunities to contribute to the world in our own ways. As important as technology has been in our early success at Axxess, the most critical thing we've done as an organization is to lay the foundation and have a solid culture that is based on collaboration, transparency, clear and open communication, diversity, and inclusiveness. At Axxess, we say, may the best idea win, no matter where it comes from. I am proud to say that we're nationally recognized, in fact, globally recognized, as the best place to work. We call our own way of doing things, we call it the Axxess way. And it guides us on how we treat our people, our clients, our partners, our community, and all shareholders. Essentially, it's a stakeholder model. I am known as Mr. Business is a Force for Good. I believe when business shows up, things need to get better. That's what we do every day at Axxess. In our organization, we have more than 45 countries represented in our close to 1,000 people organization. And I have no doubt that this diversity of perspectives, just this incredible ideas coming from everywhere, has contributed to helping us grow tremendously. It's very similar to what happens here at UTD. Diversity and inclusion are key to ensuring we benefit from hearing all the different voices and opinions. It applies to businesses, it applies to communities, and it applies to organizations and in policy making. As I've said earlier, at Axxess, we say, may the best idea win. I want you to remember that, regardless of where it comes from. Particularly at this time in the world when there are deep divisions in our society and intolerance for hearing the opinions of those that we disagree with. I cannot encourage you enough to keep an open mind and learn from others, especially even folks that don't see the world the way you see it. You can learn a lot from them. It's key to being able to continue your education in the years ahead. And it's key, really, to helping you continue to grow. Keeping a growth mindset and continually learning is critically important. As an entrepreneur, I have learned a lot, including how critical it is to adapt after failures. I know you probably thought I was only going to talk about my success stories and just build on what Dr. Benson had said. The truth is, like most success stories, we've had to endure failure right from the start. In fact, we were unable to get our flagship software working for our very first client. True story. We couldn't get the software to work all day. It had worked the night before. I felt even worse because the manager that hired us had offered us pizza for lunch, great pizza that we enjoyed. Talk about being awkward. We left and stayed up all night trying to get it working, and eventually we got it to work. So we called the next day to say we were ready to come back, but the manager told us not to bother and she would rather not see us again. Whew. Bad for your ego. Look, if you're thinking about starting a business, I suggest you don't have that experience with your first client, okay? Obviously, we learned from that, and we started to attract a lot of clients. But I share that story with you to let you know there is no straight path to success. There is no straight path to success. There's bumps and all kinds of bumps along the road. But maintaining a belief in yourself is critical. And staying strong through times of adversity are essential to whatever success that you seek. As you start out in your careers, you will no doubt have the feeling that you're not good enough, that you're not ready to take on new challenges. Just so you know, those feelings, they don't go away easily. They're there for a long time. A few years ago, I spoke to a young professionals group about ways to overcome feeling like an imposter, the imposter syndrome. These were not recent graduates. These are folks that had been accomplished already in their careers. These were people that are very experienced and had some success in their lives already. But overcoming self-doubt is something that we all face. Me too. Me too. I shared a couple of ideas with them to help them understand how to get over that, and I'll share that with you today. First of all, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Very important. It's the only way to grow. I'm sure you've all heard that there's no growth in the comfort zone and there's no comfort in the growth zone. If you feel uncomfortable, chances are you are growing. That's why. You have to adopt a learning mindset and accept that to grow, you have to put yourself in positions beyond what you think that you're ready for. So leave your comfort zone. Secondly, put in the time and do the work. Be interested in what you're doing and be reliable. Make sure when people need you, you show up for them. I also want to share something I've learned and I've come to appreciate as an essential component to success. And this one may surprise you. It's been my observation that many people are looking for the perfect hack, something that you discover, the perfect fix, a quick solution, and it's game over. It's human nature to look for these shortcuts. But I'll tell you today, there are no shortcuts. Success takes time, and time requires that all of us appreciate the value of being patient. And just so you know, sometimes doing nothing can be an effective strategy. Sometimes you have to plant a seed and let it be. Just let it be. As you all know, we can want to rush bringing a flower into the world, but it will blossom in its own time. I believe that we're all getting slightly better or slightly worse every day. At Axxess, I comment often that we're either growing or we're dying. It's binary. There is no middle ground. But growth doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be something that you see dramatically every day. Just making a little progress every day can lead to meaningful improvements. A 1% change is barely noticeable in isolation, but because of the miracle of compounding, it can have dramatic consequences. So you're a bunch of really smart people, so I've got a question for you. If you could get 1% better at something every single day, by how much better do you think you'd get in 1 year? I want you to ponder that. If you could get 1% better every day, by how much better would you get after a year? You're probably going to say more than 365% because of compounding. A lot of people think it could be between 5 and 10 times. That's what a lot of people think. But let me tell you the surprising answer. It is 37 times. Just by being 1% every day over the course of 1 year, you end up being better 37 times. And of course, if you're getting 1% worse every day, you're going to be 97% worse by the end of the year. Change that is barely noticeable starts to add up over time. So I want you to pay very close attention to your daily habits. What you do every day is your life. I'll say that again. What you do every day is your life. I've also learned the value of being engaged in the community wherever we are. I've been tremendously blessed to be a part of the Dallas business community. The Dallas region is the most welcoming and the most prosperous region in the United States. There is no place in the world as focused on business prosperity as this region is, and it's paying off, just so you know that. In 2020, I had the privilege of being chair of the Dallas Regional Chamber of Commerce. It was a challenging year for all of us. Maybe more challenging for all of you because you got through it though, and you're here. And congratulations to you. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause at this moment for getting through COVID. It was tough. And as you all know, it was a challenging year as we're trying to get through COVID and the racial unrest in America resulting from the killing of George Floyd by a white police officer. But it helped me grow and helped me create valuable relationships throughout the entire community. I can tell you this for sure. I got a lot more out of that than I gave, and I continue to do so. Having great relationships with others matters a lot. It will make the hard things in life a lot easier. I recently had the honor of speaking at the annual reunion of the flagship class of the University of Lagos in Nigeria, University of Lagos Law School in Nigeria. They've been getting together annually for more than 40 years. They've been standing shoulder to shoulder throughout their careers while forging the close bonds that have made it a priority for them to want to reconnect every year. They set a wonderful example for all of us of the importance of maintaining close ties with those who play significant roles in all our accomplishments. I've been very blessed, very fortunate for many years to work with my brother, Ron, who's our Chief Financial Officer. And one of my childhood friends, Andrew, is our Chief Technology Officer. Doing things to improve the world with people you enjoy and admire is about as good as it gets. To summarize, just want you to think of the things. It's important to be welcoming, inclusive, and tolerant. Important. It's important to lay a foundation of integrity with a mindset of growing every day. It is important, very important, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's important to realize that you need to be patient to be successful. True success takes time. And perhaps, most of all, it's important to believe that anything is possible. Anything at all. I am genuinely humbled to speak with you and grateful for the interest you have in what I've had to say. I wish you all the best of luck in making your own contributions to the world, whatever they may be. Remember, don't rush to get it all figured out, but plant your seeds, water them, and trust in life. Everyone here at UTD, everyone here is cheering for you for success, and I have no doubt that you will do great things. So there's something that we'll do at Axxess for every meeting. We end every meeting with a cheer, and we will do that here today. Okay, so let's all stand up. Everyone rise. Everyone rise. And on the count of 3, we will say, anything is possible. Be as loud and as raucous as you can be. Okay? You ready? No, you're not. No, you're not. Are you ready? Yeah. I love it. On the count of 3, anything is possible. 1, 2, 3. Anything is possible. Thank you and good luck.